Once upon a time, in a small village near a big forest, there was a little girl named Emma. Emma was a curious and adventurous child. She loved to explore the outdoors, especially the forest. Every day after school, she would run to the forest with her dog. Max. Max was a small, brown dog with a wagging tail, always excited for new adventures. One sunny afternoon, Emma decided she would go deeper into the forest than usual. She had always wondered what lay beyond the familiar paths. "Come on, Max," she called as they ran into the trees. The air was fresh, and the sun shone through the leaves, creating little spots of light on the forest floor. The sound of birds chirping filled the air, and Emma felt peaceful. As they walked, Emma noticed something different, a small path hidden between two trees. The path was narrow and seemed to lead somewhere new. "I've never seen this path before," Emma said with excitement. "Let's explore it." Max barked happily and wagged his tail as they began walking down the new path. The path was covered with soft moss, and Emma had to be careful not to trip over the small rocks. The trees grew taller, and the forest became denser. Emma loved how quiet it was, except for the sounds of Max's paws and the occasional birds singing in the distance. After walking for a while, they reached a small clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a large rock. The rock was smooth, and Emma climbed up to sit on it, looking around at the beautiful surroundings. Max ran to the nearby stream, where the clear water flowed over the stones. He lapped at the water happily. Emma smiled and watched her dog as she took a deep breath of the fresh, cool air. The forest was so calm and peaceful, and Emma loved how the trees and the flowers made the place feel magical. She stayed on the rock for a while, just enjoying the moment. After a few minutes, Emma decided to keep going. "Let's see where this path leads, Max," she said. Max, excited to continue, trotted beside her. The trees around them were changing colors, and Emma noticed that some of the leaves were yellow, others were red, and some were turning brown. It was autumn. Emma loved autumn because of the beautiful colors and the crisp air. As they walked deeper into the forest, the path began to wind and twist. Emma could hear the sound of a bird singing high in the trees. She stopped for a moment to listen to the melody. It was so beautiful. "What a lovely song," she thought. Max, however, was already chasing after a butterfly, running through the grass and wagging his tail. Soon, they came upon another small clearing. In the center of this clearing stood a giant tree. The tree was so tall that its branches seemed to touch the sky. The bark was thick and rough, and the leaves were turning golden. Emma walked up to the tree and touched its bark. "This tree is very old," she whispered, amazed by its size and strength. Max ran around the base of the tree, sniffing the ground and exploring every corner. Emma sat down under the tree to rest for a moment. The wind gently blew through the leaves, creating a soft rustling sound. Emma closed her eyes for a second and listened. Everything around her was so quiet and peaceful. She felt connected to the forest, as if she was a part of it. Max sat next to her, panting happily after his little chase. After a while, Emma knew it was time to return home. She stood up and called to Max, who was still sniffing around. "Max, let's go home now," she said. Max ran to her, and together they began walking back down the path. The forest seemed different now, with the setting sun casting a warm orange glow on the trees. Emma felt satisfied, knowing she had discovered something new in the forest. "I'll come back again tomorrow," she thought, eager to see what else the forest had to offer. As they reached the edge of the forest, Emma looked out at the village in the distance. The sun was setting, and the sky was painted with shades of pink and orange. "It's getting late," Emma said to Max. "Let's go home." Max wagged his tail, as if agreeing, and they walked together toward the village. When they arrived home, Emma told her parents all about her adventure. She excitedly described the new path she had found, the beautiful stream, and the giant tree. Her parents listened carefully, and her mother smiled. "You are very brave, Emma," she said. "I'm proud of you for exploring the forest on your own." That night, as Emma lay in bed, she thought about her day in the forest. She was so happy that she had a dog like Max to keep her company on her adventures. She was also thankful for the forest, which was full of beauty and mystery. Emma closed her eyes and dreamed of the next day's adventure, wondering what else she would find in the forest.